Hello everybody and welcome to the first episode in this series where I'm going to be building a multifunctional workbench slash track saw station sort of thing. This is going to be an ongoing experiment to see if I can replace a table saw with this multifunctional workbench and basically get it to perform exactly the same as a table saw would. And I mean in terms of repetitive cuts, accuracy, speed, ease of use, everything. So it's going to be an experiment. It might all go completely wrong, but I'm willing to make that sacrifice for you. Let's get going. So in terms of the construction of this thing, I'm going to be looking at this for the next few years most likely. So I wanted to make it look quite nice. I didn't want it to just be like plywood, MDF screwed together and just sort of bodged just to get it done. So I've got this yellow pine here, which is a nice cheap material and it's nice and rock solid. So this is going to make up the legs, stretchers of the workbench, and then the top of it will be made of MDF. So if it gets too chopped up, I can easily replace it, and also it's not going to move as much. So MDF for the top, this is going to be the frame below, and then all the dividers will be made of plywood and stuff like that. So it costs a little bit more to make it this way out of solid wood, but I think the results will be worth it. I hope the results will be worth it because this will be a bit of a costly mistake. This whole project will be a bit of a costly mistake. So this first video is going to be literally laying out components, working out if I've actually got enough material, machining it all to size and doing all the fun stuff ready to be joined at a later date. So this is all of the wood that I got from the sawmill. And I kind of worked it out while I was there, how much I actually needed and how much to cut out of it. But now I've just realized I didn't label it very well. So I just kind of need to work it out again, exactly as I did before, in order to make sure I have that material in here. So bear with me while I work this out. So this workbench can be split into three main sections, I suppose. We've got the smaller storage area below, which will include 3 drawers, a couple of shelves on the side, as well as a corner storage area for whatever I fancy chucking in there. We've got a larger storage area, which will include an area to store power tool cases, such as sustainers and Bosch L boxes and things like that. And there is also an area where I'll be adding a timber storage solution that we had at Wood, which I really liked. It's not the most efficient way of storing timber in terms of space, but in terms of organisation, it's great. And as for the top of the workbench, this is going to be made of Velcromat, which is a type of MDF. It's going to be a torsion box assembly, which means that it doubles up as a very nice assembly table as well. And it's going to be lipped in solid wood to prevent damage to the edges of the work table. So there we go, there is all the components for the legs, stretchers, tables, supports, and all that fun stuff. Now I need to do even more abusing on this bandsaw. This thing was literally screaming at me just then, doing those long lengths, but it handled it pretty well. So I need to do some deep rips with it in order to create the solid wood lipping that is going around the top of the workbench. So firstly, I need to rip 100 millimeters off the edge of here, which is exactly what I've been doing previously. So once I've done that, we're then going to get that bit up on edge and resaw it straight down the center. But if you're new to this channel, just so you know, I've done loads of tutorials in the past One of them is setting up a bandsaw to do really deep rips. So if you want to know how I've set this up in order to do this process, then click on the link in the top corner and you can watch that video and then come back here should you wish. If not, it is in the description as well if you want to watch it after this video. Right, and that's going to be it for part one of the multifunctional workbench series. The reason I'm ending it here instead of planing it is because this material has a lot of tension in it and I want to give it time to kind of de-stress, get into its final position, and then I'll plane it flat. This bit is the bit that I just ripped in half, and look at the amount that springs. There is a lot of tension in it. So just going to allow it to do its thing for a week, and then I will come back, get it all planed down, and we'll start thinking about joining it. So, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. It'd be greatly appreciated. And yeah, see you in the next video.